I'm so excited to get into today's video. As we're going to get into is one of the builds that we did live on my Twitch account, which is linked down below if you guys ever want to join us live. Is we build our own recreational center, which you guys will see all the different things we added. I kind of just wanted a spot where I can take the whole entire family, chuck them around, and they all have their own things to do, especially since we're on our current legacy challenges. It's just nice to have something to do for every kid or person in the family. And yeah, so I think without further ado, let's just show you guys the build. So for the exterior wise, I almost said interior, we based a lot off just the building next door. The biggest difference is, well, one, we have these archways that I really wanted to incorporate to make this building one building, make it a lot easier for your Sims. Because it is such a big building, fortunately, it's going to be like a whole day event going to any of the floors that aren't the first. But it's still a fun lot. You guys will see all the different things we added. The other difference is the wallpaper isn't as bright, at the exterior at least, from the buildings that we were basically duplicating, I guess I should say. But either way, we still had a lot of fun. I think the exterior looks beautiful, and the things that we added are a lot of different varieties that we can definitely utilize. I even have a bowling alley. I've never been to bowling in The Sims before, so it's a lot of fun to be able to add these things in the game or in this lot and being able to utilize it with our legacy challenges that we're doing. And you guys get to see a glimpse of this little exterior that we added was for toddlers, but you'll see a lot more of that in the final tour. Now for the basement, we all voted on the basement being for the bowling alley. It made sense, extra space, and we can just add however more extra space that we needed to. So I really wanted the funky flooring. I wanted the booths to duplicate, replicate basically a bowling alley. So that it was a lot of fun to build, and I've so far used it once in our gameplay, but I'm excited to use it again, obviously. Now for the gaming area upstairs. So this is the first floor. You guys saw earlier a glimpse of it. We added a skating rink, an ice rink on the first and second floor on the left side of the building. Now for the right side, it has this little really pop fun colors. It's stuff I like to use when I'm using a public lot. We had a bunch of different games that we can utilize, and then also just I wanted it to be what's it called, an arcade over there. Now for the ice rink, I know it's going a bit fast. You guys will see the final tour of it all. I didn't really add much to the ice rink or the skating rink. I did a lot of art on the walls. We tried to find. I did this little. I imagine it as a pinned wall, which is why I changed the colors of the background. They pinned up these different art pieces. Maybe put some wall decals on there. It's a lot of fun to do. Obviously, you can't really just do cork on all the walls. So now moving on to the other side, because like I said, the first two floors on the left side is the skating rink and the ice rink. On this side, we have a gym that I'm very excited to do. Obviously, at first I didn't want to do a gym, but this is the second day that we were working on this build, and I started to think about having this open floor plan, where, or a railing you can look over. So this is where you guys get to see that. Obviously, we're currently working on the bathrooms, which unfortunately do change a lot. Let's just say that I kind of forgot that there was an archway right next to the bathroom. And we basically were blocking the flow in archway, so I had to change this whole entire area to be a little different, but we still were able to fit a bathroom and have that nice little, I wanted this little sink area, when you go to a public lot, you have all the sinks on one side and all the bathrooms on one side. Obviously ours includes showers and stuff. But yeah, so now moving on to the gym, I wanted the whole entire build to be kind of vibrant, fun, use different wallpapers that I don't probably normally use. As for the flooring, I just did basic black. It's a gym. Obviously, the floors are going to get scuffed up a lot. I thought it just made sense. We added the climbing things, which is why I wanted that little ledge area, because we can fit that. It's so big. It's really big. And so we were able to add that. I added little seating areas, which was a lot of fun, the little boxing area, and obviously I tried my best to put up as much, just to cover the walls. I didn't want the walls to be plain, so I tried to find as much art that we can that made sense for the different areas. I found those posters that were an unlockable item, but, who cares? I was able to use it, so why not use it? And then this little area that I'm doing now, I wanted, the shelvings to have different, workout equipment, because usually with weights, they're on they're on a thing. I don't know what it's called, but just a shelving unit. So I kind of try to replicate that, but obviously we don't have just normal weights. We have the weights in the basket from that one kit. So that's how I utilize it. And here's a little snippet of how I basically just swapped the bathroom And now moving on to the top floor for the left side. So this is above all the skating rinks, the ice rinks, and whatnot. This is kind of like, which is, I'm not gonna lie, looking back on this now is not ideal. This is supposed to be like the where you put your infants, your toddlers, if you want to lock them up, or a lot of your kids' activities if you need to build skills and whatnot. It is on the top floor, which I didn't really think about at the time. I was just thinking like, oh, it makes sense to have the ice rink and skating rink realistically on the first 2 floors at least, rather than the top. But you know, it's The Sims, so it might take them 3 hours, unfortunately, to get upstairs. But we have like this little music area, which is, you know, required with recreational centers, so you have to have musical instruments. So I kind of like floored it off. I don't know why. I was kind of avoiding platforms. But yeah, we have that over there, and then we have just little games, skills building stuff, and a whole area for your infants. And I made sure to add the infant stuff to the bathroom. So I think we're ready for a final tour and check out what we have on the inside. So as you can see for the exterior, here, let me show you guys, like, the buildings over there is kind of what we were replicating. Obviously, the colors aren't the same. It looks kind of wonky if I try to do, like, wild, like, colored windows. I kind of just left them the white ones. But you can even see with the roofing, sorry, I'm, like, really bad at the camera skills, but if you guys can see with the roofing and whatnot, I kind of kept the same. I used this bowling sign, which I thought was a lot of fun. Let me show you the little toddler area real quick. So as you can see, I added like a little ball pit and a little sand like area with a little slide that toddlers can utilize. You can just lock them in there if that's where you want to leave them. It's a lot easier than trying to go all the way upstairs. So now let's go all the way to the basement, which I'm very, very excited about to show you guys. So I did add vendor machines, vendor stalls? There we go. So I was like, what? Unfortunately, you do have to pay for it, so I plan to basically just have my sim pay for it and give them the money back if money's an issue. It just makes it a lot easier, and I thought if we wanted to have food or we're doing a party, or if we're going to this lot at all, it's typically like an all-day event, so that's kind of the plan that I have, for me at least. We have a little game over there. We have like all the bowling decoration and obviously just the bowling stand and the bathrooms with the, what is this called? Why am I blanking on names for everything? The change master. So if you bring infants, they can utilize that. Obviously, bowling alleys probably aren't ideal for infant, but I want to make sure I included it. You never know, especially with how chaotic my gameplay gets. Now moving on upstairs, we have the little gaming station, which you guys get to see a bit better. Added a bunch of art walls. I added these little platforms for the gaming thingies just to make it look a little divided off or branched off. For the kids to utilize, and we have like a giant TV with the game station, and then also just like a bunch of posters on the wall. I'm imagining with the arcade, they have, in my opinion, they have like just stuff all over the walls. I don't know, it's different, unique, and vibrant colors is definitely more my style, so we did utilize that also. So that's our little arcade area, and then for the ice rink, I showed you guys, or told you guys that we added like this little wall with all the decals and posters and whatnot. You guys can see all the different art. And then I did add the bowling shoes, just because I'm imagining you're taking off your shoes and putting on ice rink shoes. So I thought that made sense to add that there too. And now moving on to the next floor, you guys get to see a better look for the skating rink. So the ice rink's downstairs, skating rink's up here. I thought that just made more sense. But it's literally just the same. But I didn't add any art on this one, I think. Yeah, I didn't. This one's pretty simple. I just used the fun walls and then seats and some shoes. Then branching off, which you guys get to see the archways, which I feel like you didn't really get to see that before. It just connects the 2 different areas. But yeah, so here's our little gym. Nothing too much to it. Obviously, like I said, I used the climbing wall. We got like our little towels and our workout equipment, all the different art. And I wanted this to be a nice gym, so we added TV, made sure to add the music and whatnot. Now for the last top floors, we have the bathrooms up here. I did add a workout equipment. We weren't much sure what to add in this little corner, so I just chucked one up. I kept joking about the fact that, like, if you want to use this one, you have to get in line. You have to go all the way upstairs to go check if somebody's using it. And if you don't want to awkwardly stand there, you got to go all the way back downstairs. But, yeah, that's fun. So we got our little bathroom stall, which is pretty basic, but they do have showers up here, 1 stall, and the changing station, of course. And lastly, we have our little... I want to say this is like for kids to toddlers. Obviously, you can check your teens up here or do it whoever else. Or if you want to like practice, you know, performing, singing, and whatnot, you can utilize this upper area. But It is mainly for, I was just imagining for my gameplay at least, we check the infants up here, and the kids to either read, do chess, or have like the gaming tables, which are new, so we can utilize that up here. I did do a random stat sheet because I thought that was kind of fun. We did the bright, I don't know why I was like glued to the color yellow, but that's kind of what the color we based on. Like the bright, vibrant colors can be obnoxious for some people, but I'm imagining if this is for kids and all the way down to infants, the bright, fun colors is, you know, kind of fun for them. So that's what we have for our lot. Obviously, I had a lot of fun building it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it just as much as I do. And I can't wait to utilize it a lot more for our gameplay. And yay, that'll be it for this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to this village, welcome on in. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!